Okay, so welcome back. Now we're going to do another example. And so I have this augmented matrix. Notice I have, this is my matrix that I want to find the inverse of. So I have it in this augmented matrix with the identity on the right. And again, just keep in mind as we're working through these steps, keep in your mind that what we're doing is we're going to be multiplying each side, the left of each side, by an elementary matrix. We're going to use the row operations, but in mind that's what we are doing. Okay, so is every row operation represents an elementary matrix. And so what we're going to do again is we're going to keep multiplying by these elementary row matrices by doing these elementary row operations on each of these, because when we do an elementary row operation, we're doing it on the left side of each of these. So we're going to apply it to the whole thing, and we're going to keep going until what? Till we have the identity on this side. Once we have the identity on this side, on the left, we're done. Whatever's on the right is the result. Okay, that's our goal, to get I over here on the left. Okay, so now I'm going to walk through. I'm not going to write down the elementary row operations. I'll say them and then do them. You write them down for your notes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swap rows here. I could swap row 1 and 3 or row 1 and 2. I'm going to do row 1 and 2 because we have a 0 here, and that'll put a 0 here, which is what we want. So that'll be easier. If we swap this row, we'll put a 1 here. It's not really going to help us. So this will help us more. So let's do that. So I'm going to swap those two rows. So we're going to get 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, and then we have 0, 3, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, and then we have 1, negative 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, well, there's a couple things I can do. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is now that I have a 1 here, now I got to get rid of these entries. So this one specifically. Okay, this is already 0. That's okay. Let's get rid of this 1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take negative row 1 plus row 3. Okay, and so that's going to give me this result. Now, the first two rows are going to stay the same. The action is happening on the third row. So this is going to be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 3, negative 1, 1, 0, 0. And now this one is going to become what? It's going to become 0, negative 1, negative 1. And then it's going to become 0, negative 1, 1. Okay, so that's our result. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep going. So now I have this row. Now here, I can swap these two rows to put a 1 here, right? I want to get a 1 here. I can multiply this by 1/3, but let's just swap these. It doesn't really matter. Let's do it that way. Either way would be fine. So let's swap those. So we're going to get 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And now we're going to get 0, negative 1, negative 1, 0, negative 1, 1, 0, 3, negative 1, 1, 0, 0. Okay. And just make sure you don't make any mistakes along the way. It's easy to make a mistake. I know I have. Okay. So now let's do another one. Okay, now here, I can multiply this by positive 1, and I can also get rid of this row here. So let's get rid of this 3 here, and then just multiply by -1 and do two steps at once, okay? So if I take 3 times row 2 and add it to row 3, okay? Now I'm gonna leave the first row alone. We're not doing anything with that. Okay? I'm going to multiply this by -1, but then I'm also going to take 1 times this row, add it to this row. So this is going to come 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, -1. Because all I did was just multiply it by -1. And now I'm going to take 3 times this row and add it to this row. So that's going to give me 0, 0. Okay, so 3 times this plus this is 0. 3 times this plus this is -4. 0. That's just going to give me 1. Right? And then 3 times this plus this is going to give me -3. And then 3 times this plus this is going to give me +3. All right, so now let's keep going. Now what do I want to do? Well, now I'm going to multiply this last row, row 3, by -1/4, because I need a 1 there, right? I need a 1 here. So now this is going to stay the same again, so 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, -1. Now this third row is going to become 0, 0, 1, -1/4, positive, or hold on, let me see, yeah, -1/4, yeah. So this is going to become -1/4, this is going to become +3/4, and this is going to become -3/4. Okay, so now we've got some fractions. That's okay, we just got to be able to deal with them. Okay, now the last step is now I got to get rid of these 2 1s here. So I'm going to take negative row 3 plus row 2, and then negative row 3 plus row 1. Okay, so now if I do that, I get my identity matrix on the left, which is what I want. And so now this last row is going to be unchanged, so that's -1/4, 3/4, and -3/4. And so now I'm going to take negative this plus this, which is going to give me a 4th. I'm going to take negative this plus 1, which is going to give me what? A 4th. And then I'm going to take negative this plus 0, which is going to give me 3/4. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. So again, I'm taking -1 plus this is 0. That's what I got. -1 plus this is again a 4th. And then I'm going to take negative this plus 1, which is again 1/4. And then I'm going to take negative this plus this, which is going to be a -4th. And now I'm done. I've got my inverse. So this here is the inverse matrix for the matrix we started with. Have a great day.